Elle from Stranger Things versus Ares from Wonder Woman. What a thrill ride of a sequel. Enola Holmes 2, directed by Harry Bradbeer, who also directed the first Enola Holmes 2 years ago, and is the sequel to one of the best in Sherlock Holmes movies and one of my favourite movies from 2020, Enola Holmes. So, Enola Holmes 2 tells the story where Enola, after successfully solving her first case, is very much having a hard time finding more cases, while her brother Sherlock is getting a shit ton of work. But luckily for Enola, a younger girl who works at a factory where women are worked to death and treated like shit, so she wants Enola to help her find her missing sister Cecily, who is working it to free the women of the factory. And as Enola and her brother's cases intertwine, the ruthless super lieutenant, played by David Foulis, is on the hunt for Enola as he makes her the number one suspect in a murder case. As for my thoughts on the first Enola Holmes, on reflection, I wouldn't call that movie perfect now as I did at the time. Probably slightly too kind to it, calling it the best Sherlock Holmes movie. Now I can see The Great Mouse Detective is clearly the best Sherlock Holmes movie of all time. But Enola Holmes is still in the top three Sherlock movies. It's still vastly better than Holmes and Watson, Sherlock Gnomes, and the 2009 Sherlock and Game of Shadows. It is flawed when looking back on it. So I do think the romance could have been executed stronger, and plus the twist villain was rather weak in Revelation. And I do wish Helena Bonham Carter as Edoria Holmes, Enola's mother, got more to do, and uh, and also I wish Henry Cavill Sherlock had more to do. But Enola Holmes 2 as a sequel is a total box ticker. This may be the most underrated sequel of 2022. I pray this does not fly under the radar compared to other sequels. Why is this movie not getting more hype? I mean, just because it's a Netflix release, I really wish these Enola Holmes movies would not just be thrown on Netflix and actually get big screen releases, then they'd be talked about more. But Enola Holmes 2 is it has a stronger story, stronger antagonist. It's darker. The romance is executed better, and the characters that were sidelined in the original finally get their chance to shine more here. Does this dethrone Great Mouse Detective as my favourite Sherlock Holmes movie? No, I do still have one small nitpick that I will get to at the end of this review. But for the most part, Enola Holmes 2 is a excellent sequel. Emphasis on excellent. Millie Bobby Brown is exceedingly excellent as the sister of London's most famous detective once again, and this is the uh, uh, most flawless acting I've ever seen from her. Yes, I think Enola is still her best role. Sorry, Elle from Stranger Things, but if by Enola Holmes 3, she could look like a proper mature adult woman, so maybe people will take her more seriously because you really feel her pain when nobody wants her to investigate cases just because she's female and because of her age. I mean, she went through Judy Hopps' struggle in Zootopia to become a cop, but But the two sister characters in this movie that Enola befriends, I adored passionately, and they are some of my favorite movie characters this year. No joke. Like the little girl who she's the one who finally has faith in Enola, and her sister being the red-headed sincerely. I mean, yeah, she is like the Supergirl of Victorian London, you know, getting a woman out of this shitty factory, and in that inspiring ending where she stands up and the women stomp their feet together and walk out like an exodus. She's literally the Moses of this movie. And the case was actually original and not predictable in the slightest. I mean, I was so dreading them possibly making her sister either deceased or the twist antagonist, but thank God they didn't go down that path. Because don't you fucking hate it whenever there's a mystery to find somebody and then that person turns out to be, well, to have died all this time? That just makes the case entirely for nothing. So when I do a mystery movie in the future, I am never gonna do that. And Henry Cavill as Sherlock and Helena Bonham Carter as Ed Rory gets far more to do this time. Thank you, Harry Bradbeer and Nancy Spicer, the screenwriter. They took a note from my nitpicks and yeah, even if Henry Cavill has now quit The Witcher to return to the DCU, that's in all honesty was the news I was hoping for, because we need him as Superman also uh, stay for the mid credit scene, because it will make you go one word, Dr. Watson, and uh, and the mother Enola. I mean, she's still not in it that much, but in the flashbacks to her, well, showing Enola how to get herself out of trouble, Enola does use her mother's teachings and ultimately wins the day. And the the best scene that her and Enola share together is the cart chase when the mother breaks her out of a jail and she's being pursued by David Thewlis's villain. That is some top-notch mother and daughter bonding there, and uh, and even the boyfriend. I mean, he was a stronger written character here. He plays an important role in the action finale when Enola, uh, helps him really throw a punch, and you feel bad for him too, because he's like, Enola, I love you. Why are you pushing me away? So Enola does grow to be more sociable in this sequel and get more allies, uh, visually this movie does look exactly like a Victorian London. So production wise, it looks just as detailed and fancy as its predecessor. And my favorite location would have to be Sherlock's office. I mean that is just full of wonder, and David Thewlis as our villain. I mean, he's pretty underappreciated as an actor, and I'm thankful that he is joining the Avatar sequels. In Avatar 3, he'll be playing a Navi. But to see him play a antagonist for the second time after Ares in Wonder Woman was amazing to me. I mean, you can see he is having the time of his life in every single scene that he is in, just making you want to grab his cane uh, and hit him over the face with it, because he's that devilishly evil and manipulative. And like I mentioned in the intro, yeah, Enola the fight with him in the theatre is it's as if Elle and Ares were to go at it, and this movie gets a higher score from me for its darker tone than the first Enola Holmes. In some ways, it feels like Enola truly comes of age in this one, as she as her case gets so dark, and the stakes are higher this time, that she's literally framed for murder at one point. Sincerely's boyfriend also gets murdered towards the end by David Foulis's villain. So there are more losses in this story. Though now onto that's a nitpick that I did bring up earlier on, the revelation of who Moriarty is. If you have encyclopedic knowledge of Sherlock Holmes, then you will know that Moriarty is Sherlock's arch enemy, and I initially I was like, OMG, they are bringing Moriarty into the Enola Holmes universe finally. I cannot wait to see what they do. But then when we get to the revelation of who Moriarty is, it turns out it's the lady who, well, seemingly befriended Enola at the ball. I have nothing against gender swapping Moriarty and making Moriarty female at all, but I just don't. I'm sorry, I do not see her as Moriarty. She is not intimidating enough at all, and it's just another twist villain cliche that's is not executed well in the slightest. I thought so they learned from the first film, but I honestly think David Foolish should have been Moriarty. I mean, he looks way more like Moriarty. Who agrees? But we're not going to see David Foolish again in Enola Holmes 3 he because he is killed off in the climax. But overall, Enola Holmes 2 is how to do a sequel excellently, and one of the best female empowerment movies of 2022. It truly executes the female empowerment message even better than the first one did.
I give Enola Holmes 2 5 stars out of 5. Best Sherlock sequel ever.
So yeah, I am sure that Enola Holmes 3 is already greenlit as we speak, and uh, I can't wait to see how Enola reacts to Watson. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. What are your thoughts on Enola Holmes 2? Are you with me and agree it's a superior movie to its predecessor? Or were you more keen on the first Enola Holmes? Please comment and let me know. Please like the video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you all next time when I have parts 7 of the Harry Awards coming your way. Most disappointing and worst picture. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.